Hello, my name is Timeless, and this is Cabalistic News. In the news today, Robert Mueller spoke. It says in heaven that the angels, they speak sometimes. Some speak 3 times a day. Some speak once a week, once a month, once a year. There's some angels that speak every 100 years and some that speak once every 1,000 years. I mean, angels don't speak like we speak. They can't articulate thoughts and speak them out, but sometimes words come through these angels. After 2 years of Robert Mueller not speaking, he has now spoken. And the whole, well, what I think the whole of America, is looking for, and I think what we all look for from our leaders, is we want to make sure they're doing, according to the law. And of course, the law in America is an adversarial system where one party is set against the other and they fight it out, and whoever wins, that is justice. And people make a they hear Sharia law, is Muslim law, and they freak out. But the truth is that Sharia law and Jewish law, Torah law, are very similar in that the judge is not a referee who knows the law and makes sure that each side does according to the law, but rather the judge is part of the process. If the judge thinks that one side has not asked the proper question, the judge will ask that question, because what they're looking for is justice. Justice there is defined as what really happened. What happened, and how do we make this thing correct? Or in the words of the president, how do we make it fair? He always talks about fair because it's like a game, and he feels like he's so strong and has so much strength behind him that if he can just, take advantage of every little thing, that he can win. And winning is justice in America. But real justice, is trying to sort of do karma without needing karma, of seeing what happened and what should be the proper response to what happened. If someone owes someone money, someone deserves something that they didn't get, or deserves some sort of punishment, that this is generally how we understand justice. But in America, we're being really forced to look, and not just at our laws, because people can always just make mother laws and they all have loopholes in them, but it goes beyond law, that we really need to look at our system of law. Does our system of law really make any sense? And we see that, one of the big things about law is that you're not supposed to be able to bribe a judge. Not just with money, but with anything, with position, with, judges are not supposed to be political. They're supposed to look at what happened and make a decision upon, what happened, upon the facts and upon how things become balanced. Something bad happened, we want to take something good. And retribution is not always, that's more trying to stop a person from doing something in the future, other people. That's also how our legal system is in America, that it wants retribution. We're one of the few, countries that still have capital punishment, because as a deterrent. And, in the Torah, it talks about people being stoned. They died through stoning. but they never killed anyone with a stone, see, because part of the law is you're not allowed someone's not supposed to suffer in the death. It's not there as a deterrent, like a public hanging or something, but rather that they would take someone to a high tower and give him a drug to drink and, make him like, LSD, you can go fly, and then he dies in the fall, and then they throw the stones on him. It has to do more with the spiritual thing. So our whole, as a society and as a, the world human being, we're like one human being now, and we should raise how we understand things and not be stuck to this, what they call Western civilization, which is really, a remnant or an extension of the Empire of Rome. That was Roman justice, whoever is stronger wins, life by the sword. And the time has come to make a really significant change, in the world, and that begins with making a change in our own minds and open up our eyes to what's really happening. Anyways, this has been Kabbalistic News.